Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to do another poetry of Nissim Ezekiel, Enterprise, which means a plan, project, something new, a new work taken in hands, enterprise. Line by line detailed explanation we will do along with the theme and analysis in such a way that you are never ever going to forget it. This is important part of not only IGNOU but DU and many other major universities too. Let us go through the video now. There is a famous Chinese proverb, teachers can open the door, but you must enter it yourself. And this is very true, very practical. So I can give you the videos, I can give you the PDFs during your classes, but it is you who are supposed to go through that, and it is you who are supposed to prepare for your exam. So prepare thoroughly always for any exam you are preparing for, be it competitive, be it subjective. If we talk about this subject, these are the blocks that you are supposed to cover, and these videos, of which I'll provide the link in description too. These videos are really going to help you. Once please read all these topics. For example, Untouchable's important questions are there. Try to know about Untouchable, autobiography of unknown Indian, Indus Swaraj, Indian Trouble, Astrologer's Day, Clear Light of the Day, Kanthapura, important themes and questions of Tara, introduction and introduction poetry by Kamla Das, background casually by this writer itself, Nissim Ezekiel. ये सभी आप करिए so आपकी इस सब्जेक्ट की प्रिपरेशन काफ़ी अच्छी हो जाएगी. Do watch these videos over and again. In the previous video, background casually, we have come to know a great amount of detail about this writer. So, Nissim Ezekiel की biography को तो हम यहाँ detail में cover नहीं करेंगे. We will directly jump to the poetry after a slight introduction. निसिम एजेकियल इंडियन बॉर्न पोएट ऑफ जूइश डिसेंट, ये आपको हमेशा याद रखना है. दिस इज हिज लाइफ स्पैन, ये भी याद रखना है. 1924 टू 2004 he is considered to be the father of post independence Indian verse in English. Published in 1960 collection, this poetry was published in his 1960 collection The Unfinished Man. कलेक्शन का ईयर याद रखना है, कलेक्शन का नाम याद रखना है, और पोएट्री का बेसिक थीम क्या है, दैट ऑल्सो यू कैन राइट इन द इंट्रोडक्शन. द पोम फॉलोज अ ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल ऑन अ pilgrimage but not directly in a metaphorical way. This poetry tells us about the metaphorical expedition or journey of few very excited people. The poet is also the part of this group, and the trip can also be compared to the human condition on earth, which is full of difficulties and failures. जब हम अपने हाथ में कुछ काम लेते हैं तो शुरू में बड़े enthusiastic होते हैं, बड़े passionate होते हैं. धीरे धीरे हमारी लाइफ में भी difficulties और failures आने शुरू हो जाते हैं. 100 people have taken up a project. ऐसा तो नहीं होता ना कि पूरे 100 के 100 वहाँ सक्सेसफुल हो जाए. कुछ होते हैं और कुछ को डिफिकल्टीज और फेलियर का सामना करना पड़ता है. इवन जो सक्सेसफुल हुए हैं उनको भी डिफिकल्टीज आती हैं. This is the first stanza. It started as a pilgrimage, exalted minds and all the burdens light. The second stage explored, but did not test the call. The sun beat down to match or reach. ये फर्स्ट टेंसा है हमारा. इसमें पोएट कह रहे हैं कि एक पिलग्रिमेज की तरह उन्होंने अपनी यात्रा की शुरुआत की. Went along with a number of other people and all of them were quite excited, and that excitement was making the burdens light. Even if there were some difficulties, the joys and excitement, amount of joys and excitement were more than the difficulties, so it made their burdens light. They were very happy, very enthusiastic, very full of zeal about their upcoming journey. Then arrived a second stage. Second stage explored but did not test the call. Second stage eyed slowly and steadily. The second stage of their journey was full of troubles and difficulties. And the sun. Sun here symbolizes the harshness of nature. So nature was burning hot. Nature was doing the trial and tribulations of all the pilgrims, all the people who were on their journey. But still, it was not that bad. Their burning desires were more than all the difficulties. Here he says, we stood it very well. All the difficulties, they stood very well. I thought, observed, and put down copious notes on things. The Peasants sold and bought the way of serpents and of goats, 3 cities where a sage had taught. So in this stanza, the poet says that he thought that they succeeded well. They are doing okay in facing all the difficulties coming in their way on their way. They all of them kept noticing down all the things that they came across, the things somewhere they went where something was being bought and sold by some farmers. They also noted the way of snakes and serpents during their way, and there was a hermit who was teaching something. They did take the note of each and everything. So in this stanza, the poet is trying to tell how people get distracted from their goal. When we are on a journey, we keep on looking uh, on either side of us, na, ki what is happening on the way. So he is comparing these distractions to the waste of energy. They waste their energy in doing useless things. But when the differences arose on how to cross a desert patch, we lost a friend whose stylish prose was quite the best of all our patch. A shadow falls on us and grows. So suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people are going on some expedition, and one agrees to do not, three are saying something else, and this is how it continues. It will create a great amount of differences between them, and they will go their way, and it will not be called a success. So he says कि हमने अपना सबसे अच्छा फ्रेंड खो दिया in this argument, जिसके प्रोज सबसे स्टाइलिश थे. I mean to say कि उसके पास शायद सबसे ज्यादा knowledge थी. So soon the pilgrims, all the people reached a particular stage where differences of opinion started arising. They started arguing how to do this, how to do that, how to cross this desert patch, this particular landscape. As a result, one of the member who was, you can say, the leader of the group, kind of leader of the group, leaves the group and goes his way, and the group is now there sitting in disagreement and continues there. The ego of people weakens and integrity of the pilgrims as well. पूरे group की integrity affect होना शुरू हो जाती है. Another phase was reached, and when we were twice attacked and lost our way, a section claimed its liberty to leave the group. I tried to pray. Our leader said he smelled the sea. Now they reach the next stage of pilgrimage, where they divide into many groups, each attacking each other. अब ग्रुपिज्म हो गया है, सब एक दूसरे को अटैक कर रहे हैं, forgetting about their aspiration, their final goal. Goal is something now which united them to go for this pilgrimage, but they started attacking. As a result, अपना रास्ता खो देते हैं, अपना purpose खो देते हैं. Basically the purpose of the journey is lost, and they are quite unsatisfied. Specifically, someone leaves the group. एक सेक्शन को अपनी लिबर्टी चाहिए कि हमें नहीं रहना है इस ग्रुप में, हम तो जा रहे हैं. पोएट भी बड़ा हेल्पलेस फील करते हैं और प्रे करने की कोशिश करते हैं उन लोगों के साथ जो उनके साथ हैं अभी इस वक्त. और लीडर को ऐसा फील होता है कि शायद हमारा डेस्टिनेशन इज नियर. ही स्मेल्ड द सी. We noticed nothing as we went, a straggling crowd of little hope, ignoring what the thunder meant, deprived of common needs like soap. Some were broken, some merely bent. So, however, almost all of them became aware of the fact that the leader is giving false hope. And they were now a group of aimless and hopeless people who are just wandering here and there. And they could now hear the sound of thunder. Maybe it was the thunder of the inner self, nor could they interpret what it meant. क्या मतलब था इन सब चीजों का? Now they are, deprived of the very petty things like soap. छोटी छोटी डेली नीड्स की चीजें भी उनके पास नहीं बची हैं. Totally exhausted, some of them could not even walk anymore, while some of them are bending down with pain. Thus, the enthusiasm that was there initially, we will do anything, we will conquer the whole world, that kind of enthusiasm was there. Na? The enthusiasm fades away, and the burden now is unbearable. This is stanza 6. When finally we reached the place, we hardly know why we were there. The trip had darkened every face. Our deeds were neither great nor rare. Home is where we have to gather grace. When all these pilgrims reach the final stage, they find it was good for nothing. What was so special about it? They hardly feel any need कि why we are actually there wherever we are. हम यहाँ क्यों हैं? The trip had made everyone tired, darkened every face, and they feel that this was not that great as we thought initially. The home is there where there is grace, where there is peace, where there is happiness, and if it is not, then it is not a home. So when they finally made it to their destination, they barely knew why they had come there. The journey made everyone very exhausted, very dark, very sad, and they realized that whatever they have done, nothing particularly very special, very meaningful. ऐसा तो कुछ खास काम किया नहीं, and they must collect their grace at home. So this way the poetry is the representative of human life. Human life की एक allegorical representation है, एक group है जो कि अपनी journey start करता है. Take it, you can take this thing as anything that you take up in your life. For example, you are maybe preparing for your UGs or PGs or any competitive exam. तो जब start करते हैं first day बड़े enthusiastic होते हैं, we will cover each and everything. But then वो enthusiasm I'm not saying कि it applies to everyone. बहुत से students ऐसे भी देखे मैंने जो throughout the 3 years, 2 years अपनी journey में बहुत enthusiastic रहते हैं by the last day. But majority of the people I'm talking about, वो enthusiasm धीरे धीरे थोड़ा सा डल पड़ता चला जाता है. Initially they face hardships, difficulties, yet they do not lose their aspirations at the first stage. But during the second stage of their journey, conflicts and differences in opinions arises and soon a struggle breaks out which results in disagreement. धीरे धीरे हम लोग ये सोचना नहीं शुरू कर देते, जो इम्पोर्टेंट है वो कवर कर लेते हैं, देखते हैं प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर्स में क्या आया, अगर कोई टेक्स्ट ऐसा है जो नहीं आया तो लेट अस लीव इट. The last stanza provokes everyone to think, was the journey worth all the struggles? क्या हमने इतना कुछ जो स्ट्रगल किया है, was it really worth? The journey here is a metaphor of life, और life का कोई भी project जो आपने शुरू किया है. The poem is a blunt, very stark portrayal of the condition of men on this earth who are endangered to such failures. अगर failures आपकी life में हैं भी तो कोई problem नहीं है actually, but human beings को failures सहने हैं. This is what this poetry is telling. If you're starting something, you will face failures, you will face disagreements, you will face conflicts and differences, disagreement, failures. So these things are quite common to any project that you take up in your hand. आप एक project हाथ में लें और बिल्कुल successful बन जाए first time में ही, ऐसा तो possible नहीं है. Adversities आएंगी, disillusionments आएंगी during the life, during any project. So this poetry is representative of human life. Please do watch these videos as well and do not forget to give your inputs in form of comments. All these videos very important for your preparation of MEG 07 for Indira Gandhi National Open Universities, and the same topics are very useful for competitive exam students as well as for many other universities. So this is it for this part of the video. You may join the classes to cover all the topics in detail. During our sessions, you will get live interaction with faculty as well as the PDFs for each and every topic, and final revision tests will also be there. So you will be very thoroughly prepared once you join the classes. You may connect to us with the help of a link given in description for admission queries. Thanks for watching. Best of luck for exams, and please do not forget to share and subscribe the channel.